John, in the last couple of minutes, whatever you have said, few things are so different from what I would have ever heard you saying that past. I hear you saying that if we have the ontology and we have a single variable models or the primitive models, we can generate hundreds and thousands of enterprise composites on the fly, and that would shrink the time to look at the issues related to the enterprise disorders. I also hear you saying
No,
that we should move into things like, the asset base is not time consuming. It's not something which is only helpful in the long term, but is very helpful in the short term. I also hear you saying that the enterprise architects should be spending more time doing diagnosis and solution than spending time being or acting like technicians and just creating the enterprise x-rays. Now if I look at all these so my question is why or if people and the organizations have to adopt these kind of mature outcome from their investment in enterprise architecture, what are the 2 or 3 things that you would suggest organizations to focus on as a priority? Because what you're saying, it looks to me as like very very powerful and very helpful for the kind of the economical environment we are. So could you give us some priority focus areas which could help the organization to get some of these benefits?
Yeah, well, everything you're saying is exactly correct, and I think the stress levels are very high, and we tend to redouble our efforts of doing what we're doing. But you have to begin to recognize it's a different concept. It's a paradigm shift. You're going to have to do something different. And so there's a friend I have, Adrian Borster, who is from South Africa. He's the CIO for one of the big mining companies and retired as a professor at Pretoria University. But Adrian said most of the problems that we have today have already been solved and extensively documented, but nobody is taking the time to go back and read what's been written. So I mean, if you just depend upon what you know right now, and if whatever that happens to be, and I don't care whether it happens to be a programmer or a CEO, it's anybody in the enterprise. You're just doing more of the same. You've got to recognize that we're in the middle of a massive transformation in the world, moving into the information age, and the game has changed here. So you've got to begin to understand the science of this, the discipline, because until you understand the ontologies, that nothing is predictable and nothing is repeatable. You're bound to create more of what you have by experience, and you're running out of time. We're all running out of time. So people have to come back and get to the fundamentals, understand that this is different. Now, you can look at my framework. My framework is the embodiment of a new paradigm. But people look at it from the perspective of the old paradigm, and they don't really understand it. So therefore, I would just say, there's lots of opportunities to get more understanding. What I have done multiple thousands of presentations, and I've written thousands of pages. Okay, now I am trying to make that more available to people. I'm packaging up a lot of my written material and trying to make it available. I try to accommodate anybody who really wants to understand that. And I have to say, my friend Sunil Dutt has been collaborating and helping me immensely, and has taught me a lot of things in the last few years. And I'm the first to say there's a lot more things to learn. Nobody knows everything in 2014, which is when this video is being recorded, but there's a lot more to learn. But if you don't understand it, you need to learn some more things. The probability is you are constrained to just doing more of what you have. And tragically, it's not just the IT community, it's the whole enterprise, the whole enterprise. By the way, I argue it is all the enterprise. Lines of code or data elements or technology components are as much of the enterprise as the enterprise strategy or the enterprise process or enterprise inventories or anything. It's all the enterprise. If you start thinking it's we and they, that's a real problem, because we are all, it's like the human body, it's all connected.
Right.
And Sunil makes the point. If your toe hurts, the body hurts. It doesn't make any difference how small a piece is. If it's not working right, the whole thing is impacted.
Right.
So we've got, and there's great opportunities to learn more about it. It's not a secret. I've been trying to give it away for 40 years, and Sunil is helping me, and I appreciate that immensely.